Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry for the cheesy intro, but it had to be done. It's time. It's time for Christmas decorations, and I just thought before I get everything out, I'll show you quickly how I boarded out my loft in a new build. They don't come boarded out already, and there's loads of terms and conditions online about voiding your builder's warranty if you do board out your loft, but there is a way to do it on stilts. So I'm sure I took footage of when I did that, so I'll try and hunt that out, put a video together and upload it, because most people keep Christmas decorations in the loft. So whilst you've got your Christmas decks down, now would be the time to board out your loft. You might already have a little bit boarded, but you need a few more boards added. Now is the time whilst the loft is emptier than what it normally is. So I'll upload that as quickly as I can so that you can see how easy that was to do. You'll only need a weekend to do it. Sorry if you can't hear us, by the way. It's so windy and blistery and raining outside today, and I'm really hoping that that settles down, because tomorrow Andy's agreed to put my Christmas lights up outside the house, so I'm really hoping that this storm stops so that we can get them up. But if not, the house is going to be totally Christmasified. Christmased up anyway. So this is what the loft looked like before. Just, I mean, ample amounts of insulation, to be fair to them. And the way that my roof's been built, oh, I'm so sorry about this wind. The way that my roof's been built, obviously there's not much walk around space or anything anyway. This is definitely just a storage loft. So I've only done just less than half of it, but it's made such a difference. To keep things neat and to hide the stilts, which you'll see in the video that I upload, I've just sort of boxed in the hatch area and sort of around the edges so that nothing falls into the eaves. But basically, this is my boarded loft. Not bad for a DIY job, if she does say so herself. And the light is literally just a cable light, but I've hid the wires so they come under the boards and then down through here, so there's no wires to trip on, and then it just plugs into the plug. And then when I'm not in the loft and not needing it, I've just put a hook there and I just hook the wires up. The ladders are just telescopic ladders that I just get out as and when I need to go in the loft, which is not often, twice a year, suitcases and Christmas decorations. And then it just hooks onto this beam here. And yeah, that's how I get in the loft, that's how I light the loft. And it does the job, serves the purpose for what I'll be using it for anyway. So yeah, I'll try and put together a little how-to video and upload that shortly, in case that's something that you want to do over your Christmas time off. Like I say, you only need a few days, so if you're off over a weekend or something like that, it could be something that you do ready to put your decks back up in the loft. That's creepy. Right, let's get the decorations out. So this is the kitchen Christmas tree. Not going to bother getting any of that stuff out yet. I'm just going to put this tree up initially. So what I do is the drinks and glass cabinet, I just sort of move along to the wall, and then this goes in that corner. These chairs get used on Christmas Day anyway, so I'll just sort of position them over there now. This tree is the 6-foot Sherwood Real Look full tree from Very. I'll link it below. It's fantastic. It looks so real as a fake tree can look, which you'll see when I unbox it. Oh. There's a bit of everything in here. So I'll show you it close up. A mixture of, like, I don't know if you can see that, like the tinsely branches, but then also like these plasticky branches, and because of the mix and the difference in colours and stuff, it just looks so real when it's up. So let's get it put up. Well, it's the morning after the night before and the kitchen is looking still like a bomb site. We ended up getting pizzas, pastas from the local Italian, so we didn't finish the tree. I say we, I didn't finish the tree. So that's a job for today. Lucky for Andy, it's still a storm outside, so that means he doesn't have to climb up ladders and do the Christmas lights. That can be a job for another day. This is the base of the tree so far. You'll see what I mean, how it looks as real as it can do because of these sort of plasticky branches on the outside. So you've got the really full centre where you've got no gaps through, and then those end details just make it look as if it's real. So I'll continue doing the kitchen tree and see how far we get today with the rest of the decorations. Still very creepy. So to get your fake tree looking as real as possible, I just try to mimic the way that the branches would grow, because you've got to think that if this was genuinely in a forest, all of these little branches would be fighting for the sunlight, so they'd be reaching outwards. You know, the weight of them with rain or snow would be slightly curved downwards. So yeah, sounds daft, whilst also making perfect sense. But, you know, you wouldn't see a tree in the forest with branches bent all around like that. They'd be growing nice and straight to reach the sunlight. So, just a little food for thought whilst you're fanning out your tree is to think, what would the forest look like? Oh, and the top is all of the real looking plasticky ones. So they just bend down. Honestly, you'd think this was like a balsam hill. Is that the posh trees, the expensive trees that come with the gloves? You'd think it was one of them. It's so real looking. I would really recommend this. Like I say, this is 6 foot, but they do a 7 foot as well. They might even do an 8 foot if you want like a really extravagant big one. It's definitely a workout. Fanning out your tree, isn't it? God. Also the reason I didn't go for the 7 foot. I am thinking though, because I want the tree to be the main star of the show in here, I'm thinking of moving the cabinet this year. So I'm thinking of putting my big mirror over here so that you can see the back of the tree and the lights will shine off the mirror and stuff, and then I can put the drinks cabinet over the other side of the kitchen. We'll see. Before I do the lights, let's move the drinks cabinet. What does it look like? Oh, that doesn't look bad there. And I could even move it along slightly so that the tree goes up against the window. Oh, I think I do quite like there now. We just need to see how the dresser will look. That doesn't look too bad, you know. Oh, here comes Andy. Hi, babe.
Hello.
Babe, what do you think of these changes? Let's see if he notices.
There's a plug on the floor. The chairs are in front of the oven.
Oh, we're not talking about that.
Oh, I'm just trying to be a funny guy. I noticed there's a Christmas tree. I know the cupboard's there.
Oh, so you know that they've been swapped?
That was the first thing I noticed. I'm just trying to blind you.
Oh, right, okay. So that works there. And I've got a garland that'll go across the top so it still looks Christmassy over there. We can still get to it, plenty space. There's the plug he was talking about. To get in and out for glasses and drinks. Can still open my washing machine door. And then the mirror looks really lovely with the tree. Oh, I think that should stay like that. Yeah?
Well, there's a lot of glasses in that cupboard. I'm scared I'm going to knock it and break them.
Well, then just don't.
I will try really hard.
Well, there's still loads of space for you to get in and out. You can get a wheelchair through there. So if you smash my glasses and I have to break your legs, at least I'll be able to push you in and out still.
Three small plates for 16 quid.
We've just eaten. Cheers, babe.
I was saying I quite like what we've done here. So we've started at A, where we've had like a coffee, soft drink, main dish. We're now at B, pub, a couple of pints, and then we're going to get a sticky bits. Five dishes, something like that. So we've done A, we're at B. We just need to find C, another place for a sticky toffee bun.
There we go, these are warm as well, man.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Back home. And now it's dark. But let's finish the tree. Time to light the tree. And who better but Olney. Now, I worked with this brand when I did the garden renovation and got some festoon lights off them. And they've approached me again for Christmas. And honestly, I had no hesitation at all because it's such good quality. They're available to shop on Amazon, so dead easy, dead quick delivery. And they come just so well packed. So they all come with like branded wire tidies. I just think that's a really good touch because obviously Christmas lights get so tangled. These are warm white. They can be indoor or outdoor. As it's the cluster lights, they just look so much more twinkly and full on your tree. So I'll show you them on. First things first, the remote controlled plugs that I showed you, because I'm not reaching behind there every night once it's pushed up against the wall to turn them on. So I'll just use one of the plugs, and it means I just need the remote, which is here, and that'll be plugged in with the Christmas lights. And then every night, just a case of an on, don't have to be reaching behind, getting my arms scratched, disturbing any baubles or anything like that. Dead easy. So babe, did you find your third place for dessert?
Uh-huh.
Pudding!
Pudding there.
Good morning. It is the next morning and we are greeted with beautiful blue skies out there today following 2 days of a storm. Certainly the calm after the storm, and I'm trying to reflect that in here today as well. Since my anxiety got worse following the burglary, I took steps to try and recognise when those feelings are happening so that I could take action and stop them worsening. I thought I was getting the knack of calming my breathing, calming my mind to stop that progressing, but for whatever reason last night I just couldn't seem to get a hold on the way my body was starting to feel and react. So I had a pretty awful, restless night, but instead of dwelling, I've decided to just get up at the crack of dawn and found joy in the little things around the house to try and pick my spirits back up. So I got up this morning, made a nice cup of coffee, had a bowl of my homemade granola, which always brings us such joy, and then went and got showered, put on fresh pyjamas. I've done skincare and I've decided to push my hair back into a bow and just find joy in the little things that can make me smile. And putting on the twinkling lights this morning, seeing blue skies, I've already forgotten about a pretty rubbish night. So here's to a lovely day. I'm going to decorate this tree, show you some more stuff, because I realise that I'm taking a very long time to do the Christmas decorations, but I just don't want to rush it. I want to enjoy doing every little bit and not feel the pressure to get everything out there, you know, for the likes of Instagram, TikTok. I just want to actually enjoy the moments of Christmas. So yeah, let's have a lovely day being all Christmassy. I'm in my Christmassy pyjamas and yeah, got my bow in my hair, nice hot cup of coffee, and let's enjoy the day. I told you this would come in handy on my Black Friday haul. Honestly, why have I not had this sooner? I'll link it again below. There's loads of different sizes and shapes you can get if you don't quite have as many baubles, but I've organised everything and how much easier to do the tree. I've even sort of altered, so I took a couple of sections out so that these bigger baubles could sit in. Upstairs for thinking, guys, upstairs for thinking. I don't use string, I just use, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, if it's focusing or not. I just use these sort of like wire ties, and I just find that they hold onto the tree a bit better. Personal preference, but they're not very expensive. You can get these on Amazon. Can be a bit sharp, so just be careful. I'll put you on a time lapse. These ones are like glittery gold. There's only a few of them ones, like sort of glass droplets, but they add a bit more glam to the tree. juicy bits. So if you've ever seen those sort of Pinterest trees where you might get your inspiration from, where they've got the giant baubles underneath, and wanted to recreate it yourself, but obviously you've probably searched, them giant baubles are absolute fortunes. I've got a hack for you. Foil balloons and just blow them up with air and they'll stay there literally for the next couple of weeks. And you can always just pop the straw back in them if you do need to add some air, if they do deflate slightly, but you literally just blow them up, but sit down while you're doing it because these big ones take a lot of puff. I'll skip to the bit when it's done. And then I'll literally just wedge them in place. There we go. And there you've got a very simple but effective bottom of your tree. What do you think? Let me know. So, because this is now over here, to make it Christmassy, I think I'll still put the champagne ice bucket with the champagne in. I've got a garland as well. Right, I don't have any tapered candles, I need to get some, but I think that'll give it nice height, and then I can light them just on Christmas Day when we're having our Christmas dinner, and that'll be nice and twinkly. And then I might add something to the shelves in here. Acorns won't show up because of the dark brown, but I do have mini baubles. Oh, I'm going to get covered here. It's snowing! Command hooks, which were sticky obviously last year. But what you do is stick that on, wrap your garland in, and then it just hooks in there and keeps it in place. So I've got some leftover double-sided sticky tape. So I'll just re-stick that on and make them sticky again. We're getting there. We're getting there. I've tidied up a little bit, but the last thing I want to do over here is add a little bit more gold. And you might have been wondering why I've got loads of gold baubles if none of them go on the tree. So I will show you. What I do for this DIY, I get a bauble, clear thread, and I just thread it through, tie it to the bauble. Double knots are best because the thread's like a plasticky nylon. If you don't double knot it, it kind of untangles. And then before I cut it off the length, reel, I don't know, I hold it against the ceiling to know where to cut it for the height that I want. Now I still want to be able to see in the mirror. So I think for this one we just go to, yeah, that looks good there. And then cut enough length to be able to get hold of it. Pop your pin through and then just pull it as tight as you can. Again, do a double knot because it will untangle. And then once you've got a tight double knot, just snip your excess and this just literally pushes into the plasterboard like so. And I just do them all different lengths just so it all looks a bit different. So bauble, threaded with the clear nylon thread, double knotted, snip the excess whilst it's still on the reel. I think that is a reel, isn't it? Hold where you think you might want it, lengthwise. And then a bit extra, tying the knot. I try and keep my nail and my thumb on the area where I've sort of decided my length. And then I do my first knot. And right before I'm about to pull it tight, I then put the pin through, pull it as tight as I can, and then double knot, push it to the bottom of the pin, chop off the excess, and then simply pin it in place. And then try and hold it once you've pinned it in, because you don't want movement pulling that out of the ceiling. And I can still see my outfits in the mirror, but it adds a bit of something. And I just carry on with different size baubles until it looks how I want it to look. So I'll time lapse you now. Let me know what you think of the gold tree. Good morning. The last you would have seen is the baubles. Hope you love them. I love walking into the kitchen on a morning and seeing this area of the kitchen all done. I have since potted some more bits about, so I'll show you everything that I've dotted about in the meantime. Hope you like the decorations, and then I'm going to bring this video to a close because the final Christmas decoration will be... Sorry if you can hear the dishwasher in the background. I didn't think before I started filming in here. Yeah, the final decoration is going to be my Pampas Christmas tree. So I'll do a whole separate video for that, for a tutorial. But yeah, I'll show you all the decorations that I've got sort of in situ at the minute, so you can see what I've done. Another paper Christmas tree. I'm thinking mince pies for on there, so people can just pick on Christmas morning. And then just added a couple of touches to the shelves. This battery has died from last year, so I need to try and find one of the, it's like one of the really small watch batteries. Just another little white house at the top there. So yeah, I'm gonna sit and have a coffee and edit the video to try and get it out to you as soon as possible so that you can see all my Christmas decorations. You might find some inspiration. Any questions about anything that I've done or where anything's from, let us know. I'll try and link what I can ready in the description box below. But if there is something that I've missed and you just think, oh, where was that from? I'd love that for my house. Let us know, just ask us in the comments, and of course I won't withhold any information. If you made it this far, then thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video for the Pampers Christmas tree tutorial.